It's always a party at Patchworks. Let's get this party started. Woot woot. Hi everyone, this is Julie from Patchworks, and I am so excited that you are joining us tonight. And you know what? We are getting ready to celebrate New Year's Eve. Can you believe that we are getting ready to get into 2021? Oh, 2020 has been quite the year, but I am so proud of you for keeping on sewing and being inspiring to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us along the journey. So what we are going to do today is we are going to talk about the last box of our Aurifil 2020 Color Builder series. And that is the black and white Carrera box. So we're going to be finishing up our journey through Italy, talking about the Carrera marble quarries. And wouldn't you know, with the black and white and gray, it is, black tie optional and getting us ready to send into the new year. So let's read about our fun adventure for today. There is a low rumble, and your eyes open wide in wonder as the 4x4 climbs to new heights, exploring the jagged cliffs of one of Carrera's marble quarries. The landscape is uniquely majestic. Harsh angles cut into the hillside, giving way to a stone once used to build the Pantheon, once chiseled and carved to create the famed sculptures of the Renaissance. Cotton 50 weight, 3 large spools, 2021, 26.25, and 26.92. As we complete our journey, we are finishing with these 3 neutral colors, which are a staple for all of your sewing rooms. And I know some of you might be thinking, I was hoping to get more colors. But you know what? You can never, ever, ever go wrong with these 3 neutral colors. And you know what? In a bind, these are the 3 that you need all the time, every day for piecing. The white 2021, this is the optic white. And yes, this is going to be the year of 2021, optic white. You can use this for all of your black and white fabrics, for all of your light prints, if you're working with 30s. And whenever you're working with solid white as a background, it's great to use that white thread. Sometimes when we use solid white as a background, we think that, we can use a darker thread. But what happens is when you have the tails that hang out next to your seams, then you see them. So you always want to make sure that you're using white when you use white as a background fabric. Gray, and this one here, this is Arctic gray. How appropriate for December and how appropriate for our first big snowstorm here in Wisconsin today. So 26.25 is a great medium gray color, and I like to use this pretty much for all of my batik piecing. So it has that really nice medium value that just blends in with my batiks. So whether I'm sewing cool or warm batiks, often I'm just using a gray like this one, 26.25. And then the black, this is a true black, 26.92. This is great not only for black, but if you are sewing on dark navy, on dark green, on dark brown, this black is really great and is very nice and deep shades so that it just melts right into the background. So 3 absolute must-haves, and I'm so excited that we're finishing the year with these. Before we get started on the block, I just want to share something that we started the year with, but I want to make sure we recap this because someone came into the store today and said, I really have a problem opening up these spools. How do I start the spools? Well, this particular large spool of Aurifil is really, really unique, and it is engineered with this super cool cap on the bottom, okay? So we're going to pop the cap off, and wouldn't you know, the thread is tail is tucked right in there. So to pop open your new thread spool, just take the cap off. No, you haven't broken it. And then you can thread your machine. When you're done, you're just going to lay the end over the edge and clip your cap back on. And then what's really awesome is that it just holds tight and stays nice and tidy in either your drawer or on your thread rack. So that is really important trick when you're using an Aurifil spool of any weight. When you're using your 50 weight spools, my needle of choice is the Schmetz Microtex Sharp size 7010. It works perfectly for piecing, and that is the needle that I recommend for this thread. All right, now let's talk about the block and the block inspiration today. So for the designer block today, it is designed by Shannon and Jason of the Shiba Guys. They have a really fun block, and they were inspired to make the block by looking at the inspiration photos that we showed you on the splash screen when we started, so that beautiful picture of the quarry. And they couldn't help from seeing vertical and horizontal lines in the quarry. Like all things in nature, they were not exactly parallel, but ran slightly wonky. And, you know, what a fun word to use, wonky. Using the idea of wonky sections of the quarry, they started looking at the way light hit the marble and from where it was an easy jumping off point for a set of wonky blocks stacked in rows. So we are going to have a little bit more improvisational piecing to finish off this year. If you are a club member, you received 4 beautiful pieces of fabric. I have a tiny bit left, and it comes in a little packet like this. We included Kona white, so just basic Kona white, and yes, we have that back in stock. We had Kona gray, and I have it written down here, steel, Kona steel, Kona black, and then we also included some Essex. We have Essex black here. So it's very nice. If you've never used Essex, it is a woven yarn dyed fabric that has little nubs in it, and it gives it a really great feeling and characteristic. If you're using it in a larger quilt, I know designers like Elizabeth Hartman love to use Essex. I highly recommend pre-washing it because you want to make sure that you can tighten up the yarns so you don't have different shrinkage than the other fabrics that you're using in your quilts. This also is perfectly suited for garment making and is a really nice piece of goods. So let's talk about our block. So Heidi made the block for us today, and this here is the finished block. It's the last in our Aurifil Designer series, and you can see how this truly is a wonky set of blocks. The way that this is constructed is in units like this. So we have 3 across and 4 down. To make the block, we are going to look at it a little bit up close. So we're going to start with a rectangle of white, and then we're going to take our small rectangle here. We're going to work with the steel and see how we placed it a little wonky. We're stitching it and flipping it, and then we're going to repeat with placing the Essex and then the solid black. So we can end up with an interesting shape just like this. If you had wanted to be a little bit stronger in your improvisation and have a little bit more tilted wedges, you would want to make sure that your pieces would be bigger. And then we are going to trim everything up so that we have these nice rectangular blocks. We are going to sew our rectangles together across and then sew our rows down. Very fun, very simple, and a fun way to play with improvisational piecing in a very structured way. So now we are going to talk a little bit about what are we going to do for next year. We've had a lot of fun with this journey with our 50 weight threads. 50 weight is great for piecing. It's my preferred thread for piecing because it is so thin and it just lays so great for your piecing. We also played with using it for applique and a little bit for quilting. Next year, we're going to be working with 40 weight thread, and we're going to be using the same palette of colors. Now, initially, I was a little upset that we weren't expanding our color range, but after I got to thinking, I thought, you know what? This is actually brilliant because you want to make sure that you have 40 weight and 50 weight threads in the same color. 50 weight is your most economical weight of thread, and it is perfect for bobbins no matter what top thread you use. So if you're quilting, if you're appliquing and you're using that thicker thread like the 40 weight for decorative stitching on top, you can get away with using the matching 50 weight in the bobbin. So the color is exactly the same and you're not going to have issue there, but your thread's going to last longer in the bobbin because it's a thinner thread. So that means you'll have to rewind your bobbin less and your performance is going to be great. So for our 40 weights, we're going to be following the same theme of theme of threads. And then we're going to be featuring different fabrics that go along with it. As a bonus for 2021, the theme, instead of having a trip through Italy, which was really fun, we are going to have the theme of endangered species. So Aurifil does a really amazing job with making sure that their manufacturing is environmentally sound as well as sustainable for the cotton industry. And they have a lot of different initiatives that they participate in. So it is only fitting that we are looking at endangered species and wildlife, just in keeping with the theme that Aurifil definitely has sustainable, wonderful cotton thread. So let's take a sneak peek at some of the projects that we're going to have. So there are going to be 12 paper piecing blocks that you can see here. Here is a digital rendition of all 12 blocks. Really exciting and intricate. They are all designed by the same designer, Cassandra Beavers, and they all feature the different endangered species that we're going to be featuring with each of the thread boxes. Then the second project that we have is a machine embroidery pattern, and that once again goes hand in hand with the animals that are going to be featured in the endangered species collection. We are going to be continuing our journey into 2021, and we hope that you would like to join us along the way. We have memberships available on our website for members that are looking to sign up and pay in full. We have a gorgeous Aurifil thread box available for you that you'll be receiving in January. If you had wished, we are having monthly subscriptions available. This year, the monthly subscription, you sign up and pay for month 1, and then you'll be enrolling in an auto debit that will hit your credit card once a month for the remaining 11 months. If you are watching from afar and would like to have your Aurifil sent anywhere in the continental United States, we'd be more than happy to add postage to your subscription. And if you need one or more of these boxes, we did get a shipment in stock, and we are offering these for $13.40. And they are available in store. So many exciting things that we have this upcoming year. This is our final video for 2020, and we have so many exciting things that we're looking for in 2021. Make sure to tune in every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. for different exciting things. The first Thursday of the month will be our We Heart Tulip Pink Club, which talks about all sorts of beautiful things, including tulip pink fabric, and we are going to be cheerleading along for the Nebula quilt. The second Thursday is going to be dedicated to our favorite color is Moda, which is a fun solid quilt along featuring Bella Solids. Our third Thursday is going to be Moda University. And our fourth Thursday is going to be our Aurifil Club. When we have a fifth Thursday, well, we'll just have to figure out something exciting to put in there. And if a holiday happens to be on a Thursday, we'll feature a different night that week. Our hours for this weekend are, we're going to be open tomorrow, New Year's Eve, from 9:30 to 5:30. And then we are going to be closed New Year's Day, which is Friday, New Year's Day, and we will be closed as well on Saturday the 2nd, as well as our regular Sunday and Monday, coming back to celebrate the new year on the 5th. If you need anything, we're here through 5:30 tomorrow on New Year's Eve, and otherwise we will see you in the new year. So thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a happy and safe New Year's weekend, and we'll see you soon. Happy quilting.